Bound before faceless beings, Reece was judged for his dual bloodline and chosen forgetting. Vincent's fading warning spoke of a plot to awaken a god using their bloodline, with Trinity as the key and Reece as the lock, urging him to remember Lantern Hill. Reece found himself facing a savage version of himself, his primal past. He awoke alone, unsure of reality, but remembering the river, the names, and Trinity's disappearance. What is the power of Reece's forgotten names and bloodline? What dangers lurk at Lantern Hill, and will Reece embrace his past to save Trinity from those manipulating his memories? Reece wandered deeper into the forest, following the whisper of pine needles and the shimmer of moonlight that seemed to dance in patterns only he could see. His clothes were torn, boots caked with mud, but he walked like a man under a spell. Something was calling to him, something ancient and familiar. Behind a cluster of silver-tipped pines, he found it. A mirror hanging from the branch of a dead tree. It wasn't glass, but smooth obsidian, polished and rippling like water. When he looked into it, the reflection wasn't his. A child stared back. The boy had Reece's eyes, but a different face. Softer, smaller, bruised. Around his neck hung a crescent pendant Reece had forgotten he ever wore. He reached toward the mirror. The child mouthed something. "Run." Suddenly, the wind howled. Reece turned just in time to see the trees behind him bend unnaturally, their roots clawing upward. He ran, but he wasn't in the forest anymore. He was in the corridor of a white facility. Fluorescent lights flickered. The smell of antiseptic burned his nose. Reece stood barefoot in a hospital gown, and he wasn't alone. Children stood behind glass partitions watching him. Some were crying. Others glowed faintly, veins like lightning. A woman's voice echoed through the intercom. "Subject 7 has breached containment." A memory crashed into him. He had been here. This place wasn't a dream. It was real. They had tested him, poked, prodded, made him forget. He saw her then. Trinity, a younger version, no older than 12. Her white hair matted, eyes dull. She was in one of the cells, pressing her hands to the glass. "You told me you'd come back," she said softly. He ran toward her, but the hallway stretched. The facility pulsed like a heartbeat. Then he was pulled backward by invisible hands. "Don't forget me again," Trinity whispered. Reece awoke in a cave. A fire burned in the center, casting shadows on the wall. Someone sat across from him, a man cloaked in fur, face hidden behind a silver mask. "You're remembering too quickly," the man said. "It will break you. Who are you?" The man removed the mask. Reece saw his own face, older, wearier, marked by war. "I am what you become if you fail her, if you let rage take root." The fire flared. Flames showed visions. Reece holding Trinity's lifeless body, warlocks bowing to him, his eyes glowing black. "This isn't my fate." "Not yet," the older Reece said. "But it will be, if you forget who you were." A child's voice woke him. "Do you remember the story, Reece? The one about the wolf and the moon girl?" He opened his eyes to see a young girl sitting by a tree, holding a leatherbound book. Her face shimmered like a mirage, switching between Trinity's and someone else's. "You used to tell me the ending," she said, before they erased it. He took the book. The pages were blank, except for the first. "To remember her, you must remember yourself." As he turned to each page, memories returned. Campfires, Juniper's laughter, Vincent singing, Noah's quiet grief, and Trinity, always Trinity. The last page read, "She is waiting, but not where you left her." Reece stood in a field of white flowers. Wind carried whispers, voices of everyone he had ever failed. He fell to his knees. "I can't do this alone," he murmured. A figure stepped from the mist. "Noah, you're not alone. Not anymore." Juniper followed, then Vincent, all worn, wounded, but alive. They had found him. "We followed your trail," Juniper said. "Your memories. We saw them too," Vincent added. "The facility, the girl, everything." Reece looked toward the distant hills. Somewhere, Trinity waited, but something had changed. He hadn't just remembered, he had awakened. And now, so had they. In a field of sorrow, his lost companions, Noah, Juniper, and Vincent, emerged from the mist, drawn by his returning memories. They knew what he had seen. As they looked towards the hills where Trinity waited, Reece realized they had all awakened. What dangers await them in their search for Trinity, now that their forgotten past has resurfaced. And what does their collective awakening truly signify?
Hey, I am Trinity. Want to know what happens next? Then click the link in the description below and download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha,